So today's news, far-right Meloni joins Italians marking liberation from racism. Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni has taken part in solemn wreath-laying ceremony to mark Italy's National Liberation Day, which commemorates the end of fascism and Nazi occupation in 1940. Liberation Day normally brings Italians together and is marked with parades, but for the first time since World War II, Italy is led by a party whose origins lie in the country's post-fascist past, and this year's commemorations have been riddled with controversy. Among those taking part, Rome's ceremony was collector of fascist memorabilia. Senator Ignacio La Russa holds Italy's second highest office of state. A few days ago, he was quoted as saying there is no reference to anti-fascism in an Italian constitution. These comments a barrage of criticism from the center-left and calls for him to resign. Democratic Party leader Ellis Clean reacted by insisting that anti-fascism is our constitution. The furore was not the first time that Mr. La Russa's links to Italy's fascist past had caused controversy. Okay, so we have next news. Tongaraju Sophia, Singapore to execute man over cannabis charge. Singapore is set to hang a man for trafficking cannabis in the city's latest controversial execution. Activists say Tongaraju Sophia was convicted on weak evidence. Authorities say he received due process and have scheduled his execution. It follows a high-profile execution last year of an intellectually impaired man over drugs charge. Singapore has some of the world's top drug laws, which it says are necessary to protect society. In recent cases, family members and activists delivered letters to Singapore's President Halima Yacob in a last-minute plea of clemency, while British billionaires Richard Branson has called for a halt to execution. In their review of the case, they note that my brother has not done anything wrong. I urged court to look at his case from the beginning. Tongaraju claimed he was not the person communicating with others connected. He said he had lost one of the phones and denied owning the second one. Singapore law mandates a death penalty for drug trafficking and has lesser penalties for couriers. Prosecution was responsible for coordinating the delivery, which made him ineligible for more lenient sentence. News is about President Joe Biden launches 2024 re-election campaign. He announced he will run for re-election in 2024, setting the stage for a potential rematch with Donald Trump. The Democrat has been expected to seek a second four-year term and launch his campaign. In a video on Tuesday, he said it was a pivotal moment with freedoms and rights under. This is not a time to become complacent. That's why I'm running. Vice President Kamala Harris, 58, will once again be his running mate. Mr. Biden, 80, is already the oldest president in U.S. history and is likely to face questions about his age throughout the campaign. He would be 86 after finishing a second full in 2029. It's legitimate for people to raise issues about my age, he said earlier, and the only thing I can say is watch me. Mr. Biden faced against Mr. Trump in 2020, defeating the Republican after promising to restore the soul of the United States. When he ran for president 4 years ago, he said, "We are in a battle for the soul of America, and we still are," Mr. Biden said in a 3-minute announcement video which shows the president meeting a diverse range of Americans.